All right, looks like we're live. Let's see here. I always like to bring up the stream on my my iPad before I do much of anything, just to make sure everything's running correctly. Okay. Oh, thank you, smart defrag updater. Yeah, it looks like everything's going correct. Cool. So, I did do a few minor changes between streams. Except, hold on, why am I at 360p? Let me make sure that that is... Okay, no, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't, like, streaming at 360p. Because I don't think people tend to appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, the main thing is that I added these big old walls. Didn't really do that much, but just so that I don't have to look out into the void. And honestly, that's the main. Oh yeah. And then the ghost is now floating, very spooky. So there's a few things that I want to do today, but as the title suggests, the main thing is just make more items. So we were on picture frame at the end of last stream. So we're going to keep trying to make those work. Because they are not working right now. And I guess I will put the we're live messages and whatnot. Discord, go over here. Thank you. Oops, I almost put the link to the stream manager. That's not quite what I'm wanting. Okay. Good. Now let's get down to it. So, right now, I believe the picture frame allows you to rehang it even when it's still hung up, which not ideal. Let's check. Yeah, so it'll give that rehang prompt no matter what. We want that to only show up when the picture frame is down. And I thought we did that last time, but it didn't work. So yeah, for interaction allowed, it checks if the item is dirty. Where's interaction allowed being called? It's being called nowhere. It's being called nowhere. That is probably the issue then. Okay. I'm in Wisconsin and it's chilly today. It's been very rainy as well. So I might put on a hoodie in just a moment. And if you hear any racket in the background, hopefully it doesn't pick up on mic, but that would be my cat. playing with like a ball track. So interact hitbox. I don't think this is where we need anything. Maybe under try interact. Yes, I remember now. We were trying to check the interaction allowed script, interaction allowed function somewhere in this interaction update. I just wasn't sure where to put it. So right now we go, yep, try arraycast, and then once you find something that can be interacted with, you find an interact hitbox, then you check interact object equals. Oh, okay. So you check and see if it's the same object that you've interacted with, that you've been able to interact with on previous frames. There we are. Otherwise, you see if it's new. But I just want to kind of see. I feel like it should probably be right here. Like something like this. And then we check. No, maybe it should be in try interact. Because it should almost be treated the same way as if there's like an object. Yeah, it should almost be treated as if there's a wall or something in between you and the object, where it's just like you do not have the option to interact with it at all right now. So in that case, blocked. So this is where blocked is getting set, I guess. Is it like this is where it checks, is there a wall or something in between you and the interactable object? So what if I just go like right down here and we go oh, and this is fine. Like we still want to check for held item. You should still be able to drop your item that's unrelated to whatever we're looking at. And then I guess it should be in here. So if grabbable does not equal null, then actually, no. We just need it in interactable because this is only an issue for things that obviously are interactable. So it should be if interactable dot interaction allowed. And then just this. Yeah. All right, and then we check if that's false, then we just return false. Okay, that might work. We shall see. We're also at 1.5 scale for some reason. It's odd. Okay, well, whatever. That's the lowest scale that I can go to right now for reasons, I guess. Okay. So if we come over here, nice. So we can't interact with that. We can interact with that. Okay. And I'm also going to, I'm in the habit of, when you press escape in Unreal, that'll like take you out of game mode. But that is not the case in Unity. That is a nice little feature of Unreal. Okay, so if we put you over here and then move these out of the way just so that the ghost is less likely to interact with them. And then we set your speed to 0. Sure. I guess I could just disable ghost movement. That would also be an option. All right, so yep. So you just pick off a picture frame, and then if I rehang, nice. Okay, that seems like it's working correctly. Rehang, rehang. Yeah. Okay. I want you to do it a few more times though, bud. There we go. Okay. And I'd like him to mess with this one as well. Nice. And then what if I go like this? Yeah. Okay. Very good. That is pretty much exactly how I'm wanting to work. I will eventually probably want there to be a little bit of a impulse going outwards, so that it doesn't just fall completely flat, but that can be done later. Not very important for functionality. So the other thing that I want for the picture frames though is I want them to be able to, I want the ghost to be able to mess them up in more than one way. So the ghost can take the picture frame off the wall like that, or the ghost can tilt the picture frame. So how am I going to make it so that the ghost can do multiple things? All right, hold on a moment. I'm going to go grab a hoodie. Okay, that's a bit better. Um, well, I guess first let's just start with the actual tilted picture frame mess up. So we're gonna go comment out rehang and go private void. Oh, and we want to comment out fall off. And instead we're gonna go private void tilt, and then we'll put that down here. So we'll just make sure that the ghost can do this tilt action before making sure that the ghost can do both the tilt and the fall off. So for tilt, we're gonna want probably something like private int. No, no, we'll go. tilt rotation, we'll call it. And we'll say like 15 for tilt rotation. So when the ghost tries to mess up a picture frame, they will tilt the picture frame 15 degrees. So, that is kind of an issue though. The pivot point of this object is in the corner. It really needs to be up here. Let's see if we can fix that. It should just be going like this and this. A little bit more. A little bit less. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay. Although, a little bit more down. Cool. So now when we tilt in Z, yes, in Z, 15 degrees. Right. All right, so we will want something like 10, 15. Okay, so when the ghost messes up the picture frame, we will go tilt rotation, we'll say tilt rotation spread, and we're gonna make this into a maybe vector 2. 5, 15. I think that works. Okay. So when the ghost messes the picture frame up, they will choose a random value between 5 and 15, and then tilt the picture frame by that much. And we also want to make sure that this can be negative, but that's easy enough. Just by going like int positive and negative equals then 1, -1. And then we want to go random dot bool. No, how do you get a random bool? Hold on. I believe there is a function just to randomly return true or false. But whatever. I'll just do random.value. Because if you do random.value, I believe that gives you, yeah, float between 0 and 1. So then you can just go bool. Actually, we're gonna comment this out for now. Bool positive negative equals, and then random.value is greater than 0.5f. And that will return either true or false. It's just random bool. And then we go float new rotation equals random dot, I think random dot range. Yeah. And then the min inclusive is tilt rotation spread dot x. The max is tilt rotation spread dot y. And that'll get us something between 5 and 15. And then we do new rotation times equals, then this is where we need that. We go positive, negative, 1, -1. All right. And then all that we need after that is to go transform dot rotation. Actually, we're gonna need, looks like quaternion. Quaternion new rot equals transform dot rotation. So that's just getting the current rotation, and then we go new rot dot no, I don't think that works though. No, I think this needs to be vector 3 new rot equals transform dot rotation dot Euler angles, and then we go new rot dot, I think it was Z that we're messing with. Z, yes. Dot Z plus equals new rotation. And then transform dot rotation equals new rot. We should probably be more specific about this and say new rotation Z, just so that our terminology does not get confused. Rotation, new rot dot I don't think this works, does it? No. Is it Euler angles? That might be it. No. Use quaternion.Euler. Quaternion.Euler. Oh, I see. Are you saying I have to go quaternion.Euler new rot? Gotcha. Okay. And honestly, for now, rehang will work for both tilt and fall off, because like it's setting the position and the rotation. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, that does seem to be working. And you can see that they rotated in different directions because of that positive negative. And we also need to set is dirtied equals true here. Okay. So now we have to figure out, oh, we also need to do can be dirtied current project. Yeah, so this, we don't want the ghost to be able to dirty these up further, so we should go return is dirtied, but not. So if the picture frame is already dirtied, then you can't dirty it further. So if it's tilted, you can't make it fall down. If it's fallen down, you can't make it tilted. And I guess for now, we can just do pretty much this. Well, I don't love. It's fine for now. We're just going to do a bool for mess type equals random dot values greater than 0.5. Yeah. And then if type, no, if tilt mess, we'll say, then we will tilt. Otherwise, if it's not a tilt mess, then we will fall off. Pretty rudimentary way to set this up, but it'll work for now. So now the ghost should be able to either tilt the picture frame or make it fall off the wall. We'll see if that works though. All right, so it made that one tilt. And it made that one, or sorry, it made that one fall down, it made that one tilt. Which is exactly what we're wanting. Guess we'll rehang these. Tilted that one. Tilted that one. Tilted all three of them, okay? Let's make these two untilted. There we go, made it fall down. Okay, yeah, that's working. So then now we want to make it so that the interaction prompt is not rehang when it's tilted. We want it to be something like straightened. So then we'll go private string fall off prompt equals rehang. Private string tilt prompt equals straighten. Okay. And then we can go, and actually this is probably going to be better in iMessable. We can just have a public enum mess types. And then we can go tilt. It's also, I guess, good to just have a none. Tilt, fallen, we'll say tossed, activated, and opened. That should be good for now. And then you are just going to have, oh, and then we should also go, maybe public mess. We should probably just do mess type. Mess type. Mess type. No, you don't like that. Why don't you like that? Interfaces cannot contain instance field. We can also get rid of this. Eh? Nah. Interesting. Let me go get. Okay, well, it's fine with that. That works, I suppose. And we'll go current mess type. Current mess type. Likely ban evade or restricted. Sorry, strange mop I64V2W8BF. We're gonna have to ban you. Ban. Okay. Cool. Mess type dots none. We'll say. Okay. And then when we get fall off, we'll go current mess type equals mess type dot fallen. And for tilt, current mess type equals mess type dot tilt. Although actually fallen should probably be fell. Keep it consistent. All right, so now that we have that, we can go interaction prompt, return current mess type equals mess type dot tilt. And if it does, then we want tilt prompt. Oops, tilt prompt. And if it does not equal tilt, then we want fall off prompt. Now there is a case here where it's like set to none, for example, in which case it would still do rehang. But that's not really an issue because we can't interact with the picture frame unless it is already dirtied, in which case the mess type would already be set. It's not implement interface member. It does though, doesn't it? I just need to go private type current mess type. Actually, I might just need to go get that. Ah, okay. Cool. And then we'll probably need to do this for, yeah, all of you as well. Item. Just put it down there, I guess. Is that everyone? Drawer, yes, we still need drawer. There we are. I wonder if there's a way that I can pin a message. Because I'd like to have a message giving a brief description of the game for anyone joining in. Let's see if I can do that. Do not disturb. Okay. Got that. Yeah, there we go. Bam. Pinned message. I know there's also commands that you can do. Maybe I'll look into those eventually. Like a command game doc or something. Anyway. Current mess type. Yeah, I think all that's correct. So now if I do this. And I go over here. Please interact with the picture frames, Mr. Ghost. Or Miss Ghost. Wow, they're really wanting to interact with everything that is not these. Oh, there we are. Okay, so that says rehang. Good. And that says straighten. Yay! Alright, so that is working. Cool. I want to have a better system for that eventually, but it's fine for now. So that's the picture frame done. Pretty good progress already. I think I want to make it so that for this nightstand, kind of similar to how you can't, like, the ghost can't further tilt a tilted object. I want to make sure that the drawer, no, this would be in interactions, that the drawer or can be dirtied. Okay, no, we maybe have this working already. Is dirtied equals true? Okay, cool. So it looks like the ghost can't put the drawers back in now, which is good. I might change that eventually. But we'll see. That won't be for a while. Like, I think it could get old if the ghost can only mess things up, because it's almost more of a mind game if the ghost can, like, shut a drawer or put an object back to where it's supposed to be. And it just does it. It's less likely to do it than mess something up. But that's stuff to find out later down the line when we're working on balancing. So let's get to another item. What other meshes do we have? So we have a bed, we have a chair, we have coat hooks, curtains. I think curtains could be fun. You could also get to like actually setting up a hotel room. TV is a bit modern for this. This is going to be more of a 1940s, 1950s setting. Chair. Let's see. I know I have a list somewhere of a bunch of messes that I wanted the ghost to be able to do. Ghost signs, yes. So there's a lot of stuff with the sink and the shower. Footprints and handprints on the wall. The wall's bleeding. Pictures being swapped. That's interesting. Okay. Let's actually do the picture swap. Since we're already doing the picture frames. We can go 1.5, even say 2. So we got this wider picture. We got just a, yeah, like something like that. We'll have this standard picture, and then we'll have a larger picture overall. Same ratio. Oh, nope, we want like that. All right, so we have 4 different types of pictures here. They have picture frame. So how would this work? We would need the ghost. Right now, the ghost just checks for an item or a specifically an interact hitbox that is nearby. And then it calls the dirty function on that, whatever that item is. And then the item handles it from there. So going off of those same rules, if we wanted picture frames to be swapped, I think the picture frame would need to, here, I'll put this over here. Picture swap. Picture would need to check for nearby pictures. Honestly, you wouldn't even need to check for nearby pictures. It could just check for a list of all pictures. Yeah, actually, that's what I'll do. Randomly pick another picture frame from the list of all room pictures. So it'll we'll have to make it so that there's a list of every picture frame in the same room. And also eventual room variable set to the room the item is in. That way, like, you can't, the ghost can't swap items between rooms, but if there's several pictures in the same room, those pictures can be swapped between each other. But for now, we're just going to assume that everything in the scene is one big room. So randomly pick another picture frame from the list of all room pictures, and then swap And I think for this one, the player doesn't even need to necessarily fix this. It's just a detail that they can notice. Yeah. Yeah, because this way it's like, you don't need to clean it up, but it's still a sign that the ghost is in the room. Therefore, you need to now think about when you're going to be heading out. You need to start having an escape plan. So swap and we need to make sure pull the list to only include non-dirtied pictures. Swap the picture with the chosen picture. And to do that, we need to swap initial positions / rotations, and then call rehang. Yeah, that should work. Let's try this. So we're gonna need private static list picture frame all room frames. Oops, list. You need like system.link or something. Generic, yeah, okay. All room frames, and then on awake, we need all room frames.add this. But only if all room frames dot contains this. We want to make sure that it didn't already somehow make it into the all room frame list. All right. And then private void find clean frames. And then for each picture frame in all room frames. And we also need to go list. Oh, we should also do new list picture frame. List picture frame cleaned frames. New list picture frames. We go if frame dot can be 30'd, and that is like that. Then we go cleaned frames dot add frame, and then we should also make this return list return clean frames. Nice. And then we can go private picture swap. Oops, private void picture swap. Random dot. No, how do you choose? We'll go list picture frame clean frames equals find cleaned frames, and then we'll go int chosen frame index equals random dot range. Nope, just range. Thank you. 0 and cleaned frames dot count. Now that's just going to get one random index that fits within clean frames. And then picture frame swap frame equals clean frames chosen frame index. We should also do bool include self equals false. Actually, we can make this a static, and then go picture frame exclude frame. And exclude frame does not equal frame. That way we can go this. So now we can find the cleaned frames and then make sure that it doesn't return this picture frame. And then we go swap frame. So we're gonna want a vector 3. This position equals initial position, and then quaternion, this rotation equals initial rotation. And then we go initial position equals swap frame dot initial position, and initial rotation equals swap frame dot initial rotation, and swap frame dot initial position equals this position. Swap frame dot initial rotation equals this rotation. Okay, so that was just a lot of steps to swap their initial positions and initial rotations, and now all we have to do is call rehang and swap frame dot rehang. Okay. Once again, we're going to comment out this because we want them to just be swapping frames. And we don't want to set is dirtied because this isn't going to be something that can be cleaned up. It just happens. All right, let's see if all goes well. Okay, that seems to be working. Okay. And I can't interact with them. Good. Nice. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that seems to be working good. So let's put it all together. I'm going to change this to be a switch statement, I think. How do the switch statements work? Switch, we want C#. We want int, mess options equals random dot range 0, and I mean for now it's 3. We should probably find a way to just like get this value instead of setting it manually. Just be able to check like how many different options there are for messing things up, but for now it's fine. Switch mess options, and then case 0 is going to be tilt. What's your problem? Gonna fall out of switch for final case label. Excuse me? We will ignore that for now. And case 2 is picture swap. Nope, picture swap. And for all of these, we want break. Ah, okay, it just wanted break. I see. Yeah, so that should randomly choose between tilt, fall off, and picture swap. And later on, we'll want to check for like the sizes to make sure that there's not going to be any clipping between the pictures. But that is a problem for later. All right, let's see if this works. One second. There we are. All right, so we got stuff tilting, we got stuff falling. Okay, those swapped, good. Okay, that fell. Let's make sure that doesn't get swapped with anything. You know what? This is taking too long. We're gonna get rid of you. Put you way over here. Put you, and you over here. Forget how long your interaction range is. Okay, so let's get you out of the way as well. And maybe the lamp? Okay. So now the ghost should mostly just be interacting with these picture frames. Okay, and you can see that everything got tilted. All right, so everything fell on the ground. If I do this and this, and now those two got swapped. Uh-oh. We got an error, probably... Oh, interesting. Index was out of range. I guess let's make sure if cleaned frames dot count is less than 2. No. It's less than 1. Then we just want to return. Because there's no good options. Yeah, we need at least one other cleaned frame for this to be an option. All right, let's put everything back up. Straighten. That one's actually fine. Hello, ghost. Oh, it did tilt. Okay, that one fell. That one tilted. Still index out of range. Why would that be? Index was out of range for chosen. For chosen frame index. So what if I do debug.log index plus chosen frame index? Let's see what this is even. Oh, and we'll do plus length or sorry, count plus clean frames dot count. What? So index was 0, count was 0. Oh, oops. Is less than 1. Actually, I can just do equals 0. That's fine. Edit reversed. Okay. Wait a second. Okay, no, that's maybe correct. Okay. So it's swapping. That fell off. Good. That swap with something. I think you. Okay, that fell off. Okay, so now we shouldn't be able to swap. Yep, everything's down. Okay, what if we do this and this? Okay, now it's swapped. Now it's tilted, so now there's no more swapping. Yeah, that seems to be working nicely. Very cool. All right. So, what else do I want to do here? Let's add a very spooky dead body. It's not exactly going to look like a dead body. It'll look like a capsule, but the spirit is going to be there. So we've got this bed, right? So let's add pre-mg body. And then we want to create that capsule and like Y, no, Z, no, X. Well, try be 90 and then 90. Yeah. All right, so here's our very, very spooky dead body. Oops, we want this to be chain. Okay, so the body, we're gonna want, I think we want to have a more generic script that's just called appearing mess. So this is just going to be a parent script for any object that is going to like not exist and then suddenly exists, like a dead body showing up, or blood showing up on the wall, or like a blood pool on the floor, or a voodoo doll showing up on the nightstand. Like anything that's just going to appear, not be moved or be like tilted or rotated or anything like that, scaled. So for appearing mess, we're gonna want to have the same setup as door. Just gonna take all this, shove it in here. Make sure that we have Unity engine.events. And we're probably gonna want this as well. Systems.collections is just useful for most things. Okay, so we don't need swap open, no timer, no degrees, no open curve, no hinge. And we're just gonna have a generic clean for this for now. We don't need any of these. Okay, so very basic right now. All that we want to do is for dirty, we want to go. Actually, hold on. We want can be dirtied, can be cleaned. Interaction allowed is going to only be just like with picture frame. We only want it to be turn is dirtied. Because before it's dirtied, it literally does not exist. It's hidden. So then for dirty, we want serialized field, private name object, appearing object. Appearing object dot set active true. And it's dirtied equals true. And for this, appearing object dot set active false. And is dirtied equals false. So very basic, but it'll get the job done for now. And then for you, we want objects, body, bring that in as a prefab. And then we're going to take from desk lamp, I think. Weak, we're going to want to go appearing object dot set active is dirty. Interaction box, we need to set this as body. Body, we need to put appearing mess. And capsule, we're going to change to body visual. And then let's make sure that this is actually centered on our object. And that it makes sense size-wise. Like that. That looks about right. Again, these interaction boxes can be, they don't have to be too specific. This is just for mouse over. It doesn't have actual collision. All right, so now we have this body. And we will actually move the ghost over to here, except not the ghost visual. We need the whole ghost. Thank you. Okay. All right, so we don't have anything here. We don't have anything to interact with either, which is good. And now the ghost has spawned in a dead body. Very scary stuff. And then we clean. And clean doesn't work. Rough. All right, let's try this again. Oh, and we're also going to want... I think... No, it's fine, actually. Doing mass, body... Alright, so why didn't that work? Let's see here. Oh, it's because we need to go clean. When you interact, we just want to clean the object. Alright, so no dead body yet. And suddenly dead body. And they clean, and dead body's gone. Horror. Okay. And that obviously very basic system, but we can reuse that for a lot of objects. And also, like, we mostly won't be using appearing mess as the script. We'll be making child scripts of it that go into more detail about what exactly to do to clean this thing up, as well as any like noises or whatever that you would want once the thing shows up. But okay. I think I'll call stream here. We got a few more objects in. So not too bad. I'm really liking how the systems are shaping up. I think, I'm not sure if I'll do the models on stream. We'll have to see. I might just come back in like a few days and have a nice little hotel room to slap all of these objects into. But yeah, I guess we'll see you next stream. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.